everyone, it's Miss Bucko, and I'm here today with my husband, Mr. Bucko,
Hello.
in our living room to talk a little bit about accountable talk. So as you can see, we have a poster up here all about accountable talk. I know that it's probably a little bit difficult for you to see, so I will make sure to attach a photo of it below this video so that you can use it as a resource during your accountable talk. So, what I wanted to talk to you about was, what is accountable talk? We use accountable talk so much at our school. We use it when we're talking about current events. We use it when we're talking about books. We use it whenever we're having a large group conversation. Does that sound good?
That sounds good.
Good. So accountable talk allows us to have a better conversation, have a deeper conversation in which everyone can participate in a respectful way. We value one another's opinions. We're able to ask questions. And when something doesn't really make sense, or we have something else to say, we're able to add on to that information. So we're going to go over the 3 rules of accountable talk. Our first rule is adding clarifying phrases. So adding clarifying phrases is when somebody says something to you and you're not really sure what they mean by that. Instead of just sitting there and continuing the conversation, you should stop and ask them, what did you mean by that? Some of the ways that we can do that are by saying, I was wondering why you said that. Could you explain that to me a little bit more? Or, when you said blank, I didn't really understand blank. The second rule of accountable talk is phrases to add on to. This is when somebody says something to us and we don't want it to stop there. We want to carry on that conversation. So you might say things like, I agree or disagree because, also, I think, or I felt or thought blank after you said blank. The third rule of accountable talk is questions. Why do you think that? What if blank? Or how would you feel if blank? These questions are meant to clarify and help us to understand exactly how each other thinks and feels about whatever we're talking about. And finally, always remember to be respectful. Sometimes we're not going to share opinions with our family. Sometimes we're not going to share opinions with our friends. And that's okay. That's why we talk to each other. It helps us to grow, and it helps our knowledge to get larger and our thoughts to expand. So we're going to practice, and you guys can watch so that you can do your own at home. So, Mr. Bucko, if you would like to roll the dice, we're going to get our first question of the day.
Okay. Name a movie you like.
Ooh. A movie that I really like is Wreck-It Ralph. I really like Wreck-It Ralph because I like the characters. I like the way that Ralph at the beginning of the story seemed like he was the bad guy, and then as we got to know him, we realized he was really good inside. What's your favorite movie?
Well, I agree with you that Wreck-It Ralph is a good movie, but my favorite movie is Star Wars. There's so many characters, it's set in space, I just really like it and can't stop watching them.
So I was wondering, when you said that it was set in space, I've never seen Star Wars before. What do you mean by that?
So it's not set on Earth here, it's set all the way out in the stars, on ships, different planets and galaxies.
Wow, there must be some really cool characters in that.
A lot of cool characters.
Awesome. Let's try our second question. Uh-oh. Ooh, this is a good one. If you were going to the moon, what would you take with you?
That's a great question. If I was going to the moon, I would take our dog Dylan.
Ooh. When you say you would take our dog Dylan, do you think Dylan would take me?
I agree. I think he would take you.
That could be a lot of fun if we could all go together.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. I think that if I was going to the moon, what would I take with me? I think I would take my plants, who my students know really well. This is Earl and this is Cheryl. I think I would take them with me because I know that on the moon you can't breathe without oxygen. So I'd want to bring my plants with me because they can help me breathe.
All right. That's a great answer.
Thank you.
All right. Who is your role model?
My role model is definitely my mom. My mom is also a teacher, so she taught me lots of the things that I know about teaching. I love that you're using our poster as a resource to remember your accountable talk. Good job, Mr. Bucko.
I agree with you. Your mom is a great teacher and a good role model. My role model is Michael Jordan. He's a great basketball player and works really hard at what he does.
That's really great. When you said he's a great basketball player, how good is he? Was he on your team?
He wasn't on my team personally, but growing up I got to watch him on the Chicago Bulls, and he was really good.
That's really awesome. Did he do any movies? Because he sounds really familiar.
He's been in one that I know of. Space Jam, you may have heard of it.
I love that movie. That's a really good movie. So I hope you guys enjoyed the way that we did Accountable Talk, and we're going to expand upon our Accountable Talk over the next couple of days and get really deep. This was just a surface practice to get us started. So what I'm going to ask you to do is think about the 3 questions that we asked today. Who is your role model? If you could go to the moon, what would you take with you? And what movie do you like? If you could answer those questions below, either 1, 2, or all 3, and we can continue our Accountable Talk through our Facebook group. I hope you guys had a really good time, and we look forward to asking each other more and more questions and getting more accountable with our talk. See you next time, guys.
Bye.